Mirusuvil massacre refers to the massacre and subsequent mass burial of 8 Sri Lankan Tamil refugees, including children, on 20 December 2000. The incident, Mirusuvil massacre, happened on 20 December 2000 when 8 internally displaced refugees returning to inspect the property were arrested on 19 December 2000 in a village named Mirusuvil, close to Jaffna. They were subsequently murdered allegedly by Sri Lankan army soldiers and buried in a mass grave about 16 miles east of Jaffna town. The refugees had returned from Mudapidi, further north. They returned to Mirusuvil on 19 December to inspect the houses and to collect firewood, when they were seized allegedly by the army. The refugees had obtained permission from local authorities before visiting the former properties. According to the evidence of District Medical Officer Dr. C. Katirvitpalai, the throats had been slashed. The dead included 3 teenagers and 5-year-old Vilvaraja Prasath. The murders came to light because one of the arrested, Ponathurai Mahaswaran, allegedly escaped from army custody with serious injuries and informed relatives. Eventually the Sri Lankan government charged 5 Sri Lankan army soldiers with illegal arrests, torture, murder and burial of their dead bodies in a mass grave. The case was still pending in 2007. Reactions. In a letter to the then-President Chandrika Kumaratunga, the local Member of Parliament Mave Senaturaja said that a woman's body was seen partially buried in the area, leading to suspicions that there are other mass graves. He urged the president to order further excavations in Mirusuvil. Human rights groups such as Centre for Human Rights Development along with other civilian groups initiated a campaign and demanded the government to arrest the murderers, and as a result 14 Sri Lanka army soldiers were taken into custody. They were produced before the magistrate in Chavukakcherry, located in Jaffna district, and remanded. CHRD lawyer Mr. M. Remedios was instrumental in participating in legal proceedings against the suspects and also met and interviewed the relatives of the victims to collect more information. The case was then transferred to the magistrate court in Anuradhapura and was taken up on 20 May 2002. Attorney General then nominated 3 judges to hear the case at trial at Bar High Court, Colombo on 27 November 2002. A group of volunteer lawyers took care of the interests of the victims' families and key witnesses. Later the case was referred to the Colombo High Court and it longed for about 13 years. Case follow-up. The government in 2002 agreed to try the arrested army officers without a jury. During the proceedings of the court case, the main witness in the court case was quoted as saying that he was caught by some army personnel armed with weapons while he was collecting firewood with other villagers. He said the army men ordered them to put down the knives and started to assault them. Later he was blindfolded with his own sarong and taken near a toilet pit where another soldier was waiting with a crysknife. He described that there were blood stains at the place. While the army men were talking, the main witness Ponathurai Mahaswaran had managed to escape by running away from the place. Although the case was still being heard in 2005, human rights agencies have complained of delays in hearing of this and other human rights-related cases. Death sentence. Initially 14 soldiers were taken into custody and later 9 of them were acquitted from all charges. But after Attorney General had filed charges against 5 soldiers in connection with this case, after about 13 years of the case, the first accused Army Staff Sergeant Sunil Ratnayaka was found guilty for the murder of 8 civilians in Mirusuvil. Jaffna has been sentenced to death by the Colombo High Court on 25 June 2015. He was found guilty of 15 offenses. However, 4 other soldiers were acquitted as there was insufficient evidence to connect them to the murders.